Welcome to Webcertain TV. I'm Ben Lefebvre. Today I've got Justyna Wilner with me to talk about Poland and the opportunities in terms of e-commerce for international businesses. Justyna, thank you very much for being with us.
My pleasure.
So how big is the Polish market in terms of e-commerce?
In fact, it's actually the biggest e-commerce market in Eastern Europe. Poland, with its population of almost 39 million people, 77% of them are using internet on everyday basis. There's been a lot of research done over the past few years regarding how Polish people behave online and what Polish people buy online, and we can definitely see that the number of e-buyers are growing.
And what kind of factors do you need to take into consideration if you want to target Poland as a, let's say, international business?
Okay, there's quite a lot of factors that you need to take into account. One of the things would be the language. Especially if you are an international company. You need to invest time into translating all of your marketing materials, not only translating, actually this is very important, localizing them to make sure that the Polish client not only understands your message, but finds your message appealing to him or her. And you may know that Polish language is one of the most difficult languages in the world. The grammar rules are pretty complex, and this is something that a lot of Polish people pay attention to, because during the school times we've always been told there's been a lot of focus put on making sure that the written language is of a high standard. And if we can't see that on the websites from which we want to buy, we don't trust them. So it's very important to make sure that the quality of the translation of the materials used on the website is of the highest possible standard.
So if it's bad quality written, it would be, for Polish people, it would be bad quality products in that case, in a way.
Yes, in a perception that would equal to perceiving the products as something perhaps not suitable for them and something that they wouldn't want to buy. So language is just one thing. Some other factors, for example, Polish people like to do a thorough research online. I mean, even just from my own example, if I can't find clear and complete information about the product that I am buying, especially a product that is worth quite a lot of money, then I'm willing to search further in order to find that information and buy from the provider which gives me the complete information. And there is a lot of impact, for example, taken from social proof. If we see that other people similar to us, Polish people, bought from a specific foreign retailer, we are most likely to buy. However, on the other side, the comments that are written on the websites have to be, if they are too enthusiastic, we don't trust them again. We like very concrete pieces of information. For example, the packaging, how the product was delivered, how it looked, whether it's working, rather than, hey, this was amazing, I really like it. It just sounds fake to us, and straight away we stop trusting the comment like that.
Okay, so you need to take into consideration the language, obviously, the cultural aspects, like in any other countries. But I didn't realize that the reviews are so important for Polish people then. In terms of social media platforms, what do you have in Poland then?
At the moment, the most popular social media platform is Facebook.
No, okay.
And it used to be, actually, this is a huge change that happened over the last couple of years, because it used to be Nasza Klasa. Nasza Klasa was something similar, or is something similar to, for example, Russian Odnoklasniki.
Or Copains d'avant in France, when you can actually find your friends and everything from school.
From school, that's right, that's right. So this is something that a lot of people used, let's say, 7 years ago, 5 years ago even. But nowadays, when Facebook strengthened its position in the Polish market, more and more Poles started using that social media, and now it's the most popular. We also have our own social media, different to popular in the Western countries, LinkedIn. I mean, there are some Polish people on LinkedIn, but mostly business people in Poland are on Golden Line, which is the most popular business social media. Surprisingly, even Google Plus is pretty popular in Poland, more popular nowadays than Nasza Klasa.
Okay.
Yeah.
So big change. Okay, reviews can be a good motivation for people to buy online, but why else? What motivates them really?
What motivates them? Again, huge change, huge shift in the way, in the motivators that lead online purchase in Poland. Even last year, there was this research that was done, is being done every year in Poland by a Polish research agency called Gemius. Last year and in the previous years, Gemius was reporting that price was the biggest motivator for Polish people to buy from a specific website. Nowadays, this year, only in July 2015, a report was published that nowadays it's comfort. So more Polish people described comfort as their main motivator because of the fact that they can buy products 24 hours per day, 7 days per week, from variety of different shops, domestics and international, which offer a variety of different products. This became the main driver to go online and buy the products, not only research them. There's actually quite an interesting trend observed in Poland nowadays, still happening, that a lot of people actually tend to do their research via the internet, but in fact they prefer to buy from the offline shops. And it's actually got its own name. It's called the ROPO effect, meaning research online, purchase offline. Just to give you an example, my dad a couple of years ago was buying a washing machine. So he spent hours creating this huge Excel spreadsheet and comparing everything from the capacity of each washing machine, its measurements both inside and outside, the speed, the energy efficiency, and prices, of course. But in the end, he actually bought offline. And it just makes you think, why? Why did he do that? Well, he actually decided to purchase offline because he preferred to go to a shop where he could speak to an assistant and purchase from a brand that he already knows and he kind of feels he's got a relationship with, because in the past he bought from them some other products. He knows that he can always come to that shop and ask for any questions regarding warranty. So
maybe not the most effective one, maybe not the most the cheapest one. He wanted to go for something new.
Yes, he wanted to buy basically from the brand that he knew because he already trusted that brand. And it's very interesting because we are a bit of suspicious nation when it comes to Polish people. We like to trust is very important for us. And if it's something new and if we buy from a new person, if we even meet a new person, we kind of a bit reserved. And then it takes us a while to build that relationship, but once we do, we like to continue with that. And this is changing. This is changing a lot, especially when you observe the behavior of younger generation, which we've grown surrounded by internet solutions, yes, communicating online, buying online, entertaining ourselves online, whatever that means. So for us, this behavior is a bit more natural to actually buy online to the older generation. So it doesn't mean that the whole Polish nation tends to research online but buy offline, but there is definitely a larger tendency to do so, if you, for example, compare that with other Western European countries.
But what about international brands then? Because it's more likely for them not to have a local shop. how does it work? Does it work the same for them, or are Polish people a bit more motivated and say, okay, well, since they are a foreign brand, I will buy from them online? Would they do that?
Then you can also think about other things, how to motivate people to buy from you. One of the biggest, not the biggest, but one of the biggest e-commerce sellers nowadays is Zalando in Poland. Zalando came to Poland a few years ago and started offering a lot of discounts on the products where, for example, even when you were buying a takeaway in Warsaw, you would get a leaflet from Zalando from that takeaway place to get 10% off your purchases if you sign up on Zalando websites. So this was something that nobody else offered, and that encouraged more people to actually give it a try. And if they liked it, they continue buying from the shop. Zalando also, as well as Amazon, started offering something also very new to the Polish market: free delivery, but also free returns.
Okay.
So in the markets, in the Polish market, there are also other Eastern European markets who behave very similar, where trust is very important, knowing that you can try the product, and if you don't like it, return it, and it's not going to cost you a penny or a grosz, as a Polish person would say. It completely minimized that risk factor, which we don't really like to.
If you don't like the product, you can still send it back.
That's right. So trying other things, trying innovative things, trying something original that would make you stand out from the domestic sellers, offering promotions to new customers, but also to loyal customers. We like to buy from the people who we made purchases from before, but we are also driven by the price in certain ways. So we like to know that by buying from the same e-retailer, we gain some sort of savings.
And in terms of delivery, what do you have there? Because is it like the kind of state post office or whatever, Royal Mail before Poland, or do you have any other things as well?
We've got a state post office, but it's not the most popular way how Polish people like to have their e-goods delivered to them.
Okay.
In fact, the most popular delivery method in Poland is by courier.
Okay.
Because of the fact that very often you can select the specific timing when your product will be delivered, and it's delivered door to door, so you don't have to, for example, collect it later on at the post office if you weren't at home at the specific time. And again, big international retailers understand that, and this is the kind of option that they offer to their customers.
So you need to, when you're an international brand, you need to really get in touch with those courier in that case and get like those kind of things taken in charge in a way.
Absolutely, and that goes also in a very similar way with payment methods.
Yeah.
You can't expect Polish people to accept the payment methods that your shop offers, for example, in Western Europe, because we may not know them.
So what is it in Poland then? Okay,
so in Poland the most popular payment methods are actually those that offer online bank transfers. So we have companies like PayU, .pay, and also Przelewy24.
Oh, of course.
Yes, which basically means bank transfers 24 hours.
It's exactly what I thought.
I thought it was. Your Polish is amazing. Wow, I'm actually very impressed.
I know. Go on.
So if you expect from Polish people to pay, for example, via PayPal, it doesn't mean that they won't, because there is certain amount of people who use PayPal, especially those who lived abroad in the past and used other e-commerce shops, Western European e-commerce shops, for example. But if you want to appeal to the larger masses, you should really use the local payment methods that are very well known for the local audience.
Well, I guess it's a trust factor still.
trust, security, and comfort. Because security comes from the fact that people already used them in the past, so they know that the transactions don't cause any problems, and also comfort because you don't have to spend time trying to learn a new system if you are already a pro user of something else that is widely available in other shops.
Well, Justyna, thank you very much for all your answers, and see you later.
You're welcome. It's been a pleasure.